While the four of us began to read The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, we were intrigued but oddly confused by the structure of the book. However, we slowly learned that this was the point. Plath wanted us to experience the messiness and disorganization of the character's mental disease. We spent a day researching the typical symptoms of someone plagued with a mental disability, and found that being scatterbrained, unable to think rationally, and struggle with internal conflicts were all common attributes. With this new knowledge, we eventually realized that we were judging the book for the way it was written, but this mirrored the way society judges people for mental disorders and human struggles. This inspired us to reconsider the way we think about individuals and society as a whole. So we all sat down and determined our own thoughts on what it means to be human and how it means to go beyond just the prejudices.
If you expect nothing from anybody, you're never disappointed. I must admit it, I've had a few times that I've kind of doubted humanity. And I feel awful for saying that, considering I'm human, but there's just been times that people have disappointed me, disgusted me, and have downright made me realize that humanity may not be as good as pure as we all like to believe it is. As a teenager, I feel like I've seen not the worst sides of humanity, but some pretty brutal things. Not to say that teenagers are bad people or anything, but they, or I guess technically we, just don't think before we act or say. It's like being talked about behind your back by a close friend. It hurts. As much as I'd like to believe that people are considerate, they kind of aren't. Others get annoyed at me, I'm sure, like I do at them, but at our age, rather than confronting people, we gossip to others, spread rumors, and tell lies. I really do want to believe that I can always count on people, or at least someone, but I really can't. It's next to impossible to meet someone that will never let you down, and when you expect something, it seems like they never fail to disappoint. Even though I've had bad experiences, I really do want to be able to say that humanity is all rainbows and butterflies, that we are good beings, but I honestly can't say that. Humans are far from perfect, and though I'd like to believe that everyone has good in them, I don't really think they do. Sometimes even when you try to peel back the tough layers that people cover themselves with, underneath it's just as bad as the surface. Humanity consists of some horrible humans, so all that we can really do in life is try to search for the truly good ones that won't disappoint us. But until we're sure we found that good person, we can't and shouldn't expect anything from anyone.
I thought the most beautiful thing in the world must be shadow. People think that humanity is truly about the stereotypes. People think that only beautiful, lean, blonde girls will be accepted in society. People think that the head cheerleader has to date the quarterback of the football team, just 'cause. People think that they have to cake on 20 pounds of makeup just to look beautiful. But truth is, we aren't plastic. We aren't canvases. We aren't stereotypes. Humanity isn't defined by what our appearance has to say. What lies beneath the canvas, what lies beneath the stereotypes, what lies beneath the shadows, that is what's truly important. Personality, character, and struggle. Our shadows, the hidden but unique characteristics that truly shape a person, are truly the most beautiful things in the world.
There must be quite a few things a hot bath won't cure, but I don't know many of them. Whenever I'm sad I'm going to die, or so nervous I can't sleep, or in love with somebody I won't be seeing for a week, I slump down just so far and then I say, I'll go take a hot bath.
We all have our own problems, and we all have that safe place, where we can wash away all the dirt and grime we carry, clearing our minds from all the conditions we as humans go through. Whether it's a harsh breakup, a lost loved one, or just not having the greatest of days, there's that solace we gravitate to, giving us that escape. The moments we're left becomes a little overbearing, and we automatically crave for a hot bath, stripping down our threaded stress and stepping into the waves of serenity. For example, being that it's currently exam week here and the tests and projects seem to be growing more and more monstrous, my rage level has gotten to about an 8. Focusing on the 3 essays I need to write and the multiple projects and presentations I will probably never reference again, my brain cannot handle all the stress. When I feel a headache begin to set in and the tears begin to form in my eyes, I go straight to my safe place, and that is my competitive mindset. Whether it is playing softball, baseball, basketball, volleyball, or even a board game, I am able to relax and cast away all those previous thoughts. Yes, I understand that not all of humanity likes to do what I do, but that's the point. We all are the same in relieving our difficulties, just in our own unique way. Taking that bath and cleansing our bodies and minds is a natural reaction and a much-needed action.
The trouble was, I had been inadequate all along. I simply hadn't thought about it. The truth is, we all need someone. We need a friend, a parent, a sibling, a teacher, a coworker, a person to be there when we need someone to talk to or simply acknowledge our existence. Humanity is made up of people scurrying around like little ants, but we seem to scurry a little slower when we're alone. For me, being human means we have someone we know we can talk to, can trust, and can communicate with. When we're alone, thoughts build up in our head. They engulf our inner self and take control of our subconscious. They convince us that we're inadequate, never good enough for ourselves or anybody else. It's that insufficiency that develops mental battles. In my experience, this aloneness led to depression and other health concerns. I felt inadequate, but it wasn't until I was alone that I realized it. I didn't have anything to keep me busy during that time in my life. In a way, even when we're with people, even when we have someone, we can be alone because we're individuals. This individualistic and solitary part of us, however, does not need to be viewed as inadequacy. We are human because we are each unique, but we have people around us to support us and travel along life's journeys with us. Being human means that we need each other to fill our inadequacies.
While the four of us tried to form our opinions,
We often wanted to exclude the bad and only acknowledge
The so-called good in humanity.
But that's not what humanity is. Being human means that
there are good and bad pieces of people in
society. It's the good
The bad
and the messy
the beautiful
and the differences
in moments that make us all
human.
human.